recording. Double check. Oh, I need to get this one out. Okay, I'm glad I checked it. Okay, here, and this one out. And now we can go ahead and start. Okay, linearization and differentials. We're going to go ahead and talk about linearization, but I'm not going to go through each and every slide. I'm just going to give you the tip of the iceberg. I'm just going to go straight through what linearization is. Okay, so let's get to a couple of, these are all explanations, detailed explanations. Let me just stop over here, and I'm going to give you the linearization equation. Linearization equation, it says L of x for linearization, L for linearization. So L of x equals to f of a plus f prime of a multiplied by x minus a. Okay? Now, from what we have been studying, you're familiar with curves, right? You're familiar with the slope of a curve at specific point, right? We get the slope of the blue curve at the point x equal to a by getting the slope of the tangent, which is the purple one. So the tangent is y equal to L of x. Anything new, Isabab? This is pretty much what we have been studying all semester long, right? We've been given what?
Right.
Given a curve. Sometimes we say we want to figure out the rate of change of this curve with for example, time. Okay, sometimes we say just the rate of change of this curve at a specific value. Sometimes we say we just want the slope of the curve at specific value, right? All depend on what the tangent at that value, right? So the tangent at x equal a is our focus here. If we want the slope of the blue line at x equal a, then we cannot get the slope of a curved line, because a curved line will not give us what? A triangle. The slope is a tan. We cannot get the tan of a line that's curved. The tan has to be for something straight. So we look at that point, we draw the tangent, okay? And then we get what? We get the slope of the tangent. The slope of the tangent is equal to the slope of the curve at that specific point. Anybody have any problem with that? Is everybody comfortable with what I said?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Now let me ask you this question. What are the values? Okay, I'm just going to move x. I'm going to move x to the right of a or to the left of a. Okay, when x is equal to a, okay, and when x is equal to a, what is the value of f of x? Is f of x equal to L of x when x equal to a? Let me say, is f of a equal to L of a? Shabab, you have it in front of you. How do you find f of a?
Yes, doctor.
F of a, you have to go to the blue and see where this dotted line meet the blue, right?
Well,
What
right.
about L of x? If you want L of a, you go to the line. This is L of a, L for line. Okay, this is line. So L of a is right here, right? Everybody is comfortable with this? Shabab?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do a change. I'm going to move a over here. Okay. Now, let's go up. Okay. If we go up, is f of a equal to L of a? Huh? Is f of a equal to L of a?
No.
F of A, that means where F crosses with this line linking A. So F of A is this line, this place. L of A is this place. They're not the same, right? What if I moved A over here?
Right.
The difference will be the same or more?
More.
More, right? What about if I moved A to the left? Correct? Everybody see that?
Right.
Okay. So the only time that the value of f of, the only time for f of x to be equal to L of x is when what? X equal to A, right? Correct, Shabab? Shabab, معي?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to call this one A1. I'm going to call this one A2, for example. Okay, I'm going to call this one A3. Any other value, there is error, right? The error is greater for A1 or for A2. By error, I mean the difference between the values.
A2.
A2 is greater, right? So the error
Right.
increases if I move to the right of A, right? And also increases if I move to the left of A, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody is comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to the board. I'm going to go to the board and explain something, and then I'll come back from the board. Okay, here is the board. I want you to tell me, oops, I can't draw a straight line, forgive me. Okay, I want you to give me this table. Let's just put values, any values. Let's put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's just go ahead, add 2 more or something. Maybe. Let's add 3 more. 6, 7, 8. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna call this one X. Okay. I'm gonna call this one 2 here. I'm gonna call this one Y. Can you guess what am I going towards? I'm going towards what? Can you explain to me Y equals to what? Y equals to what?
2.
No, that is
For
X equal 4, Y equal 2.
Right.
So Y equal to what?
Square root of x.
Okay, that means I could put 1 here, right?
Right.
And if I have 9 here, I should put what?
3.
3.
Yeah, if I have 9, I should put 3, right? Do you know how calculators give you square root of 3? Today you will know. Because 3 does not have a perfect square root. Its square root is 1 point something, something, something. Okay? So let's get going. If I have 0 here, what would I have for Y?
0.
Good. So let's go ahead and plug in here. This is 0, 0, xy. Okay, so this is x equals to 1, x equals to 2, x equals to 3, x equals to 4, x equal to 5, and let's go 6, 7, 8, and let's go to 9. Okay, and then over here I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, when x equal to 0, y is equal to 0, right? So I have what? I'm going to put the cross here, right? When x equal to 1, y is equal to 1, right? I'm going to put a cross here. This is something you've done in the high school, right? I don't know these two, but I know if x equal to 2, if x equal to 4, y equals to what? 2, right? So for 4, we're going to go to 2. Approximately, okay? And for 9, we're going to go to what? شباب
3.
ساعدوني 3 مظبوط. So let's suppose
مظبوط.
that over here. That means we can draw the curve something like this. Okay, so this is the curve for what? Y equals to what?
Root x.
Square root of
Square
x.
root.
Good. Okay. Now,
Okay.
let me ask you this question. Find square root of 3 from the table. From the table. Can you find the square root of 3 from the table? Huh? You can't, right? Okay. Approximate square root of 3 from graph. From the graph. How do you approximate it from the graph? You're going to have to go what? To go up like this, right? Sorry. Oh God, I'm not going to be. It's right here, sir. And then you have to go crossing to the y to figure out what it is, right?
Yes.
Correct? Huh?
Right.
This is what they taught us in the high school and everything, right? Now we're going to have to do a different way. We're going to look at what? Look at the perfect squares. The perfect squares are here for x equal to 4 has a perfect square root. X equal to 1 has a perfect square root. X equals to 9 has a perfect square root, right? I want to estimate 3, okay? I can take my focal point as 1. I may take it as 4. I may take it as 9. Remember when we're dealing with A? Remember the problem when we were dealing with A? We had a curve like this.
Yes.
And we're dealing with A. We said the closer to A, we'll get what? We'll get better approximation, right? And the error will increase as we move away from A, correct? Correct?
Correct.
Okay, now I want the square root of 3. So I have to go to the nearest perfect square. What is the nearest perfect square here? It's 4, right?
4.
Because if I did the tangent at 4, something like this, the error will be less than if I did the tangent for 9, right? Because I'm closest to 4, correct?
Correct.
Now I have to get the equation of L of x, and I know the equation of f of x. Okay? So to get the equation of L of x, now we will go back to what we just came from, which is the slides. We'll go back to the slides. If you remember this one, we'll go back to the slides. But anyway, before that, I'm just going to give you the equation. L of x is equal to f of A plus f prime of A multiplied by x minus A. This is the equation, okay? So just remember this equation for L of x. That means we got L of x in terms of what? In terms of f of A, right? And x, L of x. This is something that you know, but you don't know that you know. I will show it to you now. Okay, we got back. Okay, now I'm just going to take this one off to clarify the discussion. If I want to find the equation for this line, L, tell me how many different ways you can get the equation of a straight line. We talked about it in this course. How many different ways you can get the slope of,
choosing 2 points and
if we have 2 points,
range of...
Good. We don't have 2 points. We have just a single point here.
We can do the derivative.
Excellent. The derivative means what? The derivative will give me what? Will give me the slope of the line. If I have the slope of the line, I can just say y equal to the slope of the line x plus b if I know b. Correct? Isn't this the general equation? General equation of a linear function or a straight line. صح? Remember at the beginning we said we can figure out the equation if we know like y1 and y2. So we'll say y minus y1 equal to what? Huh? If we know two values, y minus y1 equal to what? X minus x1. Correct? But if I have 2 points, I have, for example, 2 and 3, and I have 0 and 1, I don't need all of these, right? I can just plug in here, correct? I can get the slope. The slope over here is equal to what? 3 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 0, right? So I know what the slope is, right?
Right.
Yes.
So if I get the slope, I get everything. Now, I have 1 point. Can I get the slope from this 1 point? Can I get the slope from this 1 point? I want to get the slope of this line. This line is tangent to this curve. I want to get the slope of this line.
Yes, we can.
How do I get it? The slope of this line is equal to the slope of the curve at this point. Didn't we say that at the beginning? Didn't I mention that the slope of this line tangent at the point A is equal to the slope of the curve? Because we cannot find the slope of the curve, we said to find the slope of the curve at a certain point, we get the tangent at that point. Because the curve is something like this. I cannot draw a vertical and say, okay, the slope of it is something like this, because this is not a straight line. I cannot do it, right? So I have to find what? I have to find the tangent, and I get the slope of the tangent, and then that will give me the slope of the curve, correct? معي يا شباب?
Yes.
Okay. So now, to get the slope, what do you think we should do to get the slope? We have A, we have f of A. We have here A. How do we get the slope? The slope is what? Is f prime. The slope is equal to f prime of A. Remember we said if we have f of x, its the slope is f prime of x. That means derivative of x. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me f of x in the example that we had. F of x in the example that we had. We just came from. F of x is equal to what? Square root of x. Right?
Yes.
Okay, then the slope of f of x is equal to what? D by dx of the square root of x is equal to what? 1 over 2 square root of x, correct? We've done this many times.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So for that particular problem, I know these values. Okay, so I know exactly what the slope is. Over here, we're just dealing with f of a. So we're saying assume the slope is equal to f prime of a, which is the derivative of f at the point a. Correct?
Yes.
Everybody, Shabab?
Yes, Doctor, it's clear.
Okay, very good. Now let's take a look at this equation. Okay, this equation has what? L of x equals to, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say L of x minus f of a equals to, okay, f prime of a x minus a. Can you make sense out of this equation? Isn't this equation similar to saying y minus y1 equal to m
Yes.
x minus x1? Huh?
Yes.
Everybody? So this is just like y minus y1 equal to m x minus x1. Correct, ya Shabab?
Yes, yes, yes.
Very good. Now I want to go back. Just remember L of x equal to f of L of x equal to f of a. Now you can take this one to the right. So you get to this equation. Remember this equation. I'm going to go back to what? I'm going to go back to the board, okay? So let's go back to the board. This is very important, especially for you engineers. This is very important. You have to know, you have to follow these things. Okay, now we're right here, okay? So we said the equation is what? L of x equal to f of a plus f prime of a, x minus a, correct? What is f of a here? F of a.
A.
Square root f of x square
Square.
root of x, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is f prime of x? 1 over 2 square
1
root
over
of x.
2.
2. Yes.
Square root of x, right? Now, we said we want what? The square root of 3. We plug in 3. Okay?
Okay.
It's equal to, my focal point is what? I said my focal point is what?
4.
4. So we're going to say f of 4. Okay? Plus, I'm going to continue on this one. F of 4 plus f prime of 4 multiplied by what? Multiplied by x is 3, right? Minus what? Huh?
Minus 4.
4.
Okay, now let's go ahead and get L of 3, that means square root of 3, equal to f of 4, that means what? I have here 4, right? Because
2.
f of x equal to square root of x. So f of 4 will be what? Square root of 4, right?
2.
Which is what? 2, correct? Plus f prime of 4. Put 4 over here. It will be 1 divided by what?
1 over 4.
2, yes, square root of 4,
4.
which is 1 over
1
4.
over 4.
Very good, mashallah alaikum, mashallah alaikum. 1 over 4, صح? 1 over 4 multiplied by what? Negative 1. Correct? Let me just put this one as clear 4. Oops, I messed it up. Okay, so we have 2 plus what? 1 over 4 multiplied by negative 1. Negative 1 because I have 3 minus this. So this is equal to what?
1.75.
2 minus 1 over 4. And that's equal to what?
1.75.
1.75. Go ahead and do the square of 1.75. Use your calculator and do it. Do the square of 1.75. Anybody?
3.02.
3 point what?
3.06.
Okay, 1.75
3.062.
square equal to 3.07, right? Aren't we close?
Close.
Yeah, what is the error? 0.07, right?
Right.
The error is 0.07. I want to give you this as an exercise. You do it now. If you didn't do it, you don't check out, okay? I want you to use the focal point 9 instead of 4 and find the error, please, quickly. If you did it, go ahead and log out. If you didn't do it, you're not logging out, or you log out, I'm going to give you 0. Okay, here, I'm going to follow now because there are some people who left. Okay, so I have the names here. I have about 19. I have 25. I want everybody to do it. Find for me L of 9 quickly and let me know when you find it. Let me know its value. Quickly, Ella, go ahead. L of x when a equal to 9, not L of 9, L of x. I want you to find for me L of 3 same way, but use the focal point 9. L of 3. Use 9. A equal to 9. Okay? Get it for me real quickly and tell me what it is. Yalla, go ahead. And then we will end. We have about 3 minutes or 4 minutes left. Let's try to do it quickly so that you can finish and leave.